Welcome to the presentation of the research named Public Policies for Rural Tourism in Spain. This research is aimed to analyze public policies towards rural tourist development in Spain. The rural tourism has origin in countries such as Great Britain, France, and Ireland, mainly through accommodation in farmers' homes. The lack of employment in the rural areas of Spain triggered the migration of farmers to cities, and the people who stayed used current natural resources. Even without any policies for rural tourism, there was a strong boost of tourism accommodation in the rural areas. Due to the farming crisis, some organizations worked to support rural tourism by creating subsidies for projects which were focused on accommodations that included tourist entertainment programs. Some initiatives were created by political organizations such as LEADER and PRODER, which contributed to tourism rural development. The LEADER initiative is an acronym for its French name, Liaison Interaction de Développement de l'Économie Rurale, which in English means links between actions for the development of the rural economy. In its three versions, it promoted projects that were chosen and targeted based on the development of innovative, viable, and participatory approach action. Meanwhile, another policy initiative called Programa Operativo de Desarrollo y Diversificación Económica de Zonas Rurales en las Regiones del Objetivo 1, PRODER, that in English means Development and Economy Diversification of Rural Areas Covered by Objective 1, was created to emphasize economy, diversification, high salaries, improvement of living standards, as well as the conservation of the environment and natural resources in Spain. Now, we are going to talk about the methodology used in this study. All the information was gathered from the Rural Tourism Accommodation Survey of the Natural Statistics Institute, INE, Instituto Nacional de Estadísticas, from 2001 to 2016. For this research, there were 6 variables we measured. A. Employed staff. B. Registered travelers. C. Average length of stay. D. Occupancy rate. E. Number of accommodations available. And F. Overnight stays. Now in this section, we are going to discuss the findings of the investigation. The following is a preliminary view of accommodations for national tourism in rural areas and its evolution in the past few years. The study was divided into 2 sub-periods, from 2001 to 2007 and 2007 to 2016, in order to take into consideration the possible impact in the tourism sector and during the economic crisis that started in Spain in 2008. Rural tourism grew by almost 300% between 2001 to 2016. The number of rural accommodations in 2001 was 5,497. That number grew to 15,351 in 2016. This growth was a major contributor to the overall economy development of Spain. We can see this in Feature 1. While The increase in rural tourism contributed significantly to the overall tourist industry and economy of Spain. The number of paid jobs only increased from 2001 to 2007. From 2007 to 2016, the number of paid jobs remained stagnant. However, due to family member and accommodation owners, the number of unpaid jobs increased from roughly 5,000 to 15,000 from 2001 to 2016. These statistics show that owners choose to work in their own businesses instead of hiring workers. As measured by the average number of travelers in Spain, the demand for tourism grew from 2001 to 2007, but a clear decrease was seen in 2008 due to the V-shaped world economic collapse and recovery of 2008 and 2009. While the world economy began to recover rather quickly, the tourism industry in Spain was flat from 2008 to 2013. However, it saw a sharp decrease from 2013 to 2016, shown by a 40% increase in travelers to Spain. The overall increase in travelers grew from 1.37 million to 3.63 million between the years of 2001 to 2016. When observing the traveler subgroups of residents and non-residents of Spain, both saw an increase from 2001 to 2008 and a similar stagnation from 2008 to 2010. Recovery began more robustly in 2011 and contributed to 2016. The one exception was a decrease in resident travelers from 2012 to 2013. However, that number quickly recovered in 2014. Similarly, and not unexpected, the number of overnight stays for both resident and non-resident travelers was consistent with the total number of travelers that we already discussed. The average number of overnight stays rose slightly from 2001 to 2005, but saw a sharp decrease from 2005 to 2015. A slight rise was seen in 2016. Keep in mind that the average nights spent in accommodations was never higher than 3.2 nights and never lower than 2.7 nights. Therefore, the average nights stay close to 3 nights per visit. The occupancy rate consistently fell from 2001 to 2015, similarly to the average night stayed statistic. A small increase of about 12% was seen from 2015 to 2016. A rate of between 24 and 21% was seen between 2001 to 2008, as one might expect following an economic crisis. A sharp decrease was seen from 2008 to 2014. These rates correlate with what we saw in the number of travelers during the same time periods. As seen in the rise of rural tourism, one can see the impact that public programs such as LEADER and PRODER can have in development tourism in Spain. As evidenced by the statistics shown in the study, these programs have the potential to attract both resident and non-resident travelers. It also leads to job creation and economic development in rural areas.